Alright, greetings one and all. We're making a couple of changes. Hey Jen. Hey Commodore. Dallin. So I was actually, up until 5 minutes ago, I was planning to continue the lethal OuterMisery run from last stream. But I remember there's this bug. Let's wait for OBS to catch up here. Okay. So this is the run. You can see we're at 18 hours survived, 41% condition, and I don't know if you guys remember I was at the hut, or I was like on my way from the hut, and I looked at my status and I said, oh yeah, I still got 7 hours of restore condition left. And I think I drank another birch bark tea after that. So we should have somewhere around 8 to 9 hours of restore condition, which is about 20%, right? So we would be at 41%, but we're restoring 20 over the next 8 hours. The problem is, the bug is, when you reload a save, it deletes your restore condition buff. So that's just going to make this whole idea of playing with birch bark tea being my primary source of healing, it's just going to make it completely miserable. Because every single time, I'm not just going to be able to save and quit the game. Every single time I'm going to have to, like, sleep and, you know, make sure I pass a bunch of time since the last time I had any birch bark tea. Right, it's just obviously not going to happen. So, instead, we're going to go back to standard OuterMisery. I'm basically doing Got Milk's exact version. I'm doing the 0 hours indoors. So no back half of caves. And no birch bark tea. I think those are his main rules that he used, and he said this is he said that this should provide a good challenge for me, and after what I've seen, I have no reason to doubt him. So, let's go ahead and try it. Now, some of you noticed the rngGuard in the title. So you can read the description if you want to see that, but basically I'm going to be running to three-way cave for matches. I think we'll re-roll starts with wind, because this is just going to make it more likely I get frostbite sooner. Yeah. We have heavy wind, we'll just start fresh. Okay, so maybe I don't label it until we've actually got to run. So we're going to have matches at the three-way cave regardless. And the other change I'm making is that we're always going to have the Bleak Inlet. Of course, we're going to get these windy starts. We're always going to have the Bleak Inlet bedroll. And that's a change I should have made a long time ago. I should do that for my purest outer Nogoa runs too. Because it's right there. You can just dash into that room. If you hit the 25% chance that it's indoors, you just run into the room, grab it, come out, and now it's like it spawned outdoors. And I actually used that method for my purest outer Nogoa East. The challenge I made a couple years ago that Got Milk played. I think it was a couple years ago. Maybe it was last year. So I've had that idea for a long time, just didn't think to apply it to this particular challenge. If you're quick enough, it doesn't register on the stats. If you're quick enough, what? Not sure what you're talking about. Oh, you mean, yeah, so the way the 0 hours indoors works is you have to spend a total of 5 minutes indoors before it ticks up from 0 to 1. So you can run through the transition mine on the way to Coastal Highway. You can get to HRV and back. And there's a few other places, right, where you can quickly run in and out. You just have to keep the total time under 5 minutes, which isn't that hard to do. Keep buffering? Let me know if anybody else has any connectivity issues. Everything looks green on my end, so it might just be your internet, or maybe there's something wrong with YouTube's distribution servers.
My fingers feel numb.
Yeah, Jen, sorry, it might just be you. Or your internet, at least.
This is so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
Okay, so we got to make some slight adjustments to mentality here. We can loot the front half of caves. And obviously, Rose Hips and Rishi are, it looks like there's nothing here. So yeah, the two things that the RNG isn't protected at all, or doesn't protect at all for, because I don't really have a way to do it, is the hacksaw and the gloves. So we still need a run that has at least the hacksaw and preferably gloves. So there's going to be a little bit of restarting, but not much. The hacksaw is almost guaranteed to occur, and I don't know yet if I'm going to reroll for gloves. Maybe we'll do one run without, if we don't get them, just to see how bad it is. Like, see how many frostbites I get before I summit. And then we'll decide based on that whether I'm going to insist on gloves. I think I will insist on decent clothing spawns, though, because it's easy to restart from here. If I don't have gloves and I don't have any cloth, then I'm not protected in the case the hacksaw is at the summit. And it takes a long time to find out if the hacksaw is at the summit. Okay, starting to get some better clothing. I think we can play this. Oh yeah, we can pick up food and everything now too. All sorts of goodies. Alright, let me make sure there was nothing over here. That's the first frostbite risk just appearing. And did I check both of these? Yeah, okay. Alright, that's everything. Maybe one or two more suitcases in here. Could still get lucky.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Can't put socks on my hands. Oh man. Hoping for a hatter in your rep. And no suitcase. Oh, one suitcase here. Okay. Last chance. Yeah, so see, this is where, if I hadn't found at least some of this decent clothing, I probably would just restart. Because, no gloves and no cloth is just brutal. Hey, the hacksaw's here. Alright, so we're definitely taking this one all the way. If my guaranteed matches tech works... then... too bad we'll get frostbite on our head. Well, maybe we'll only get it on hands. We'll have to see. Might get a hat at the fishing hut. Might actually get gloves at the fishing hut. That would be lucky. Alright, it's way too early in the game to waste any time harvesting those birch saplings. Gotta focus on getting to our destination before hypothermia sets in. Actually, finding the hacksaw here is huge, because it means I don't even have to check. I don't even have to check the upper ridge. This is actually the only place that the hacksaw could spawn. Imagine we get a bedroll in the hunter's blind. I'm actually considering going over just for the sheer hilarity of it. Yeah, I usually had it at the fishing hut. I think it's always either a hat or gloves, right? There's always one or the other sitting on that top thing. Alright, locked. No pry bar today. Obviously, if we find early matches, that's even better. Alright, let's go to the hunter's blind. It feels foolish with it being right here. Feels foolish not to at least look. I think it can have the thermos too, so we're looking for a thermos and or a bedroll. Maybe something else useful can spawn in there too. Seems to be mostly, usually empty from what I've seen. Where is it though? Yeah, significantly further back here. That is costing me some time. Hey Josh, so long until I got to see a live stream. Is the texture of the game changed? I'm playing in 1440p. Oh my goodness, the bedroll is nuts. What? We got a hacksaw and a bedroll in Pleasant Valley? Hello? Should I even play this? Completely broken. Okay. Well, we don't have gloves. There is that. Yeah, so it could be that I'm playing on 1440p. It could be that I'm playing on higher settings, because I have a newer, nicer computer now. Oh, I bet I know what it is. When you upload videos in 1440p, YouTube uses a better compression algorithm. So because I'm streaming in 1440p, it's probably higher quality, just because of that. Oh, we need to... I messed up. And there's nothing to do here, right? Maybe we get tucked away out of the wind and craft a tinder or something. Yeah, we're still gonna have, or maybe some rose hips. We probably got about enough climb energy now. Doesn't take that long to recover when you're not at 0. I forgot I wasn't at 0, so shouldn't be too bad. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about the exhausted climb. Looks like we probably will get hypothermia and frostbite, so that'll make things interesting at least. You know what the really funny thing about this spawn is? The bedroll only shows up outside in Pleasant Valley on loot table 3. That's the loot table where the hacksaw isn't anywhere in Timberwolf. So if I hadn't checked that one spawn for the hacksaw, or if it hadn't been there, this would be a completely dead run because we'd have no hacksaw at all. So really, this is the only situation in which it's even good to get the bedroll there, is when the hacksaw is in. And there's like 6 different spots that the hacksaw can be. So it really is crazy RNG. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, I mean, things can still go wrong here. Very clearly. For one thing, we're gonna have hypothermia soon. I'll try to burn the rest of this energy before we get it. You know what? Let's pick up some birch bark on the way to Mountaineer's hut. I will have tinder without stopping for cattails. Yeah, hypothermia is gonna kick in any minute. Looks like we won't quite get to the fishing hut in time to prevent the... frostbite. Okay, so this is the rngGuard. I'm gonna pick up the matches from inside Mountaineer's hut. Now, I'm not allowed to use them unless we make it all the way to three-way cave with no matches, including no matches at three-way cave.
If I don't
There's the hypothermia, so we better run from here on out. We're about to be... Yeah, so the hypothermia kicked in way, way earlier than I was expecting.
wake up again.
This is going to be interesting. %98 frostbite risk. We prevented it. Give me a toque. Newsprint I'll take, I guess. Sewing kit. I can make a hat now. Let me just see what the temperature is in here. -12. Yeah, that's what I thought. I can only use the front half of cave, so we're going straight to... We just have to go straight there. I wonder if I can even make it. Yeah, frostbite is usually first, but we had an unusually windless start. So we got a bit lucky in that regard. Frostbite doesn't always increase at the same rate. It's based on, I think, how cold it is and the temperature. I really can't afford to take any detours. We're walking straight there. Not even for teas. We can come up, grab all these teas later. Okay, it's just a deer. I don't think we can make it, actually. Looks like I might have to recalculate the start. Maybe I don't have time to do all that. So, in my other OuterMisery start... Oh, I guess we got the hacksaw at draft dodger, so that saved some time. What else did I do in that run to save time? I think I'm going to be dead before I get there. Does anybody remember the... I released 4 videos, the very first OuterMisery run that I did, and we re-rolled for the hacksaw at draft dodgers. And then we managed to check both caves for matches. I'm wondering if I skipped the plane crash on that one. I feel like I must have. Yeah, look, it's just so far. There's no way we make it. So much for the unicorn run. Is rngGuard good or bad? It's good. So the idea is I'm picking up matches from Mountaineer's hut, and then if I haven't found any matches by the time I get to three-way cave, I'm allowed to use those as though I found them at three-way cave. Yeah, we're just not going to make it. It's close, though. So what would I have to cut?
Anything right now.
I think we cut We cut the hunter's blind, and we cut the excursion to look for the hacksaw. The places where this time I got the hacksaw and the bedroll. We'll just have to cut those. And then we'll have enough time to get here before we die. Easily.
Hurts a bit, but I'll make it.
It's unfortunate.
I'm gonna need some first aid soon.
We're actually really close, right? Because all we need to do is get a fire started. And then, I mean, in this particular instance, we can sleep in the bedroll, so all we need to do is get in there and get the fire started. So we're actually almost there. Like, it's really, really close. We just needed a couple % more. Wonder if that comes down to RNG with the, like, starting weather, too. I could see it. Alright, I'm kind of glad that we died, because that run wouldn't have felt real. Like, it would have just felt like, okay, sure. Anyone can survive if you get the hacksaw and the bedroll right at the start. It's like a 1 in 24 chance of happening. Alright, we do need favorable wind for the start. Come on. Let me quit. Oh, for those who didn't see at the start, the problem with the birch bark tea is there's a bug where your buff vanishes when you quit the game and then come back. So that's why we're not doing lethal powder anymore. Just because of that. So it feels cold right now. -20. Okay, we're gonna try something. We're basically looking for the same type of start. Oh, I know exactly what happened now that I think about it. In my previous runs, I actually made it to the plane crash, I think, in time to put clothing on and stay warm for even longer. Okay, so I'm not going to change anything except for strategy. Let's see how the new strategy works. This is windy, right? Yeah, this doesn't count. Well, the clothing spawns make a pretty big difference, but also the starting temperature here is pretty important, because it can be like -14. Actually, let me just see. Yeah, it can be significantly warmer than this when you start Misery. Zylok, they moved the Draft Dodgers hacksaw spawn a long time ago. -13. Why is it always so windy? Alright, let's... Wait a minute. No, that's still just as bad. I swear the Outer Misery starts where I... Or, sorry, the Perfect Misery starts where I make it to the farmhouse. It's like -14 out. So why wouldn't I be getting some of those here? Just unlucky? Bear with me. I'm gonna give this like 10 tries and see what the warmest temps seem to be like. Negative 22 minus 10. Okay, that's better than any other temps I've seen, so we'll try it. I'm also going to not pick up any teas, I don't think. Especially during this first part before I have clothes. Yeah, 2 down in wind shelter. That's exactly what we're looking for. That's what we had for the perfect misery spawns. I never thought I'd be using that perfect misery strategy for OuterMisery. Really works out well though if you because you can do all the restarting right at the beginning when it's not nearly as painful. Now it looks like the idea I had of getting clothing before we get cold is a pipe dream. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Even if we do, we're gonna have so little warmth left that it's not gonna matter. Okay, so what if I don't stop to pick up any sticks in that first stretch with these temperatures, and then I find like good clothing right off the bat here? Like I find a jacket and some underwear and some stuff.
I think I can use this.
Oh my gosh. See, if I'd gotten here earlier, this stuff would matter more. Okay, think about it for the next time. I think we've already saved ourselves enough time though that we should be able to get to three-way cave this time.
Wait. I'm so cold. I'm warming up a bit. This will come in handy.
Okay, plenty of extra cloth. Yeah, if I find matches before the cave, then obviously we just play as normal. The Mountaineer's hut matches, we treat them as though they're not there, right? They only exist if we don't find matches anywhere up to and including three-way cave. So they're just there to pretend that we found matches at three-way cave, so we don't have to start over and over and over again until we find matches at three-way cave. Alright, I'm going to take the chance of running over here. I'm not going to check the hunting blind. It's just not worth the time. But you can find a lot of good stuff over here, including clothing items, and obviously the hacksaw is really good if we find it here. Saves us so much time. Not going to do the whole loop for sticks. Just going to go just around these houses. Still not picking up teas. But, I guess we check this guy. What was that? Medkit? Those crackers seem to be a guaranteed spawn there. Hat spot missed in the plane. Alright, I'll go check it. It's probably worth... because we could get an ear wrap. Or a wool toque. Good call. I think I've even found like an ear wrap and another clothing item up there once. See, the frostbite risk is just getting started on my hands now, so it's like, not only does the warmer temperature give you a later start on hypothermia, but it gives you a significantly later start on frostbite risk too. Just curious. -11. Okay. We checked that. And I forgot, as usual, to check here. Looks like we got a granola bar and nothing. Okay. I remember, yeah, there can be a container here. It's worth checking. Matches or gloves are the best things we can get from these, I think. Alright, straight to the car crash. Skip the hunting blind. Okay, and the other big time savings I can do here is to have full energy when we get to the rope. So I don't have to sit around waiting for it to recharge. No pry bar. Found matches twice on that guy. By this car. Once last stream and once on a purist out or no-go run, I think. We shouldn't get in the back. We can just look. Everything, like every little movement I make matters for this first little part when we're trying to avoid hypothermia. Oh my gosh, a single rose hit. What a troll. That's really good that we got gloves, though. That's really, really good. Okay, so frostbite is a thing of the past. Yeah, so with Frostbite, a thing of the past, and matches at three-way cave. With this level of health... Oh, I did it again. I used up all my energy. That's okay. We have to spend some time looting here. I just have to not run anymore. Oh yeah, I forgot. I should just drop that extra rose hip, because it's never gonna... I mean, unless I find 7 more, it's never gonna amount to anything. We can probably just climb now, right? We don't have to wait for full energy. Yeah, we're just waiting. Ah, I grabbed it. What the heck? We fell. So much for my shortcut. $23 out of 24? Really? Are you sure? Like, maybe you dropped a bunch on the ground and one clipped through? Crazy, we're almost at temps where I think with in the fishing hut with a door with a fully repaired bedroll, we'd be able to sleep. Not that we have a bedroll on this run. Oh, you know what? There's like 3 rose hips on a plate in that transfer pass area. I think there's a few rose hips on the ground in HRV. So maybe if you get enough of those and then a couple of the random spawns from like trash cans and stuff, I could see you collecting up to 7 that way, and that would put you at your or yeah, 23 out of 24 or whatever. Okay, so I don't expect us to have to restart this one, but I always say that. If we do the big changes, no sticks before the plane crash. I want to get all that clothing on as soon as I possibly can. Didn't somebody say there's a wolf here now? I don't know if I've ever seen him. Maybe he's over that way. Oh yeah, the big way we lose this is if we're on loot table 3. Didn't even think about that. We still have a 25% chance of this being a completely dead run. Even with all the rngGuard.
I need to find a place to rest.
Yeah, I picked it up for Tinder because I don't want to take the time to pick cattails. So those are our backup matches. We're not allowed to use those unless we get a spawn with no matches. Wait. Sorry guys. I guess I got fooled by chat. I was thinking maybe, I was switching from live chat to, or from top chat to live chat in case I was missing messages. Hey Turek, are you, oh, I guess you're saying you're coming from, you're viewing from Turkey, I guess? Hammer is nice. Another hat, shouldn't even waste time picking that up. Look at how much more energy I have this time, too. Well, maybe I don't have that much more energy. We can grab a couple of cattails, I guess. Oh, you know what I did something really dumb, didn't I? Alright, I have to know if the hacksaw is here, and I don't think I looked for it. That was really dumb. We're gonna waste a ton of time on this. Maybe I did look. I just don't remember looking. Yeah, serious, exactly. Oh, this is painful. This is a lot of time. This completely negates all that savings of not going to the thing. Well, now we know what to do next time. Yeah, it's just so critical that I do everything perfectly on this, on the start of this. Okay, no hacksaw. But now we're way behind schedule. Oh, there's no door on that hut. Okay, so I just realized there's one more thing we can do. I think these are the first teas I picked all game. We'll have at least 2 teas now. Clearly I saved a lot of time compared to last time. Alright, let's use up this last little bit of sprint. Got the hypothermia draining my energy. And now we should be able to make it from here. I think though, because basically that entire time there and back was all time where I'm taking 40% damage per hour from hypothermia. So that's going to cost me like at least another 20% or something. Might fit under here? No. And yeah, I think I came the wrong way. Hate to restart again if I don't need to. It's demoralizing? Are you talking about the fog or the restarting? Well, there's two main reasons that I want to restart now. The first reason is that trip from Mountaineer's hut past the fishing hut and then back to Mountaineer's hut and then back. That whole thing cost me 20 or 30% health probably. So that's obviously not great. The second reason is I'm thinking I should be able to disambiguate the loot table we're on from what I see in Mountaineer's hut when I go in. And the big advantage to that would be if I don't pick up the hacksaw from the window ledge there, if I see stuff in there that leads me to believe we're on loot table 3, then I can immediately quit instead of having to spend a whole bunch of time checking everywhere for the hacksaw and going up to the summit and then finding out that we have no hacksaw. So it just like save a lot of time. Wow, we're actually warm. It's crazy. Just for a second though, and then we got cold again.
All I can think about is
It's funny. Yep, see, so there's no matches here, but because we picked up those, we can pretend that the matches spawned here instead of in the cave that they actually did spawn in. Should be warm after I light this. Okay, so that should stop us taking too much damage. Can I even build a snow shelter here? I don't think I can. Oops. Just thinking this through, it's an hour to build the snow shelter, probably another hour tearing up cloth. It's 2 hours, that's 2% more condition lost. I mean, this is way better. I think we spend the extra time breaking the stone. So that's 2, 3. Four, and then I guess the socks. I need about 200 calories. I'm gonna eat this. If we get sick from it, we're gonna restart anyway. Cheat out a few extra calories that way. Okay, now. Hypothermia, remain above freezing for 11 hours. Okay.
I need to find food.
So it feels like -1 in here. +2, it's basically the coldest time of day. I think we should be okay. Yeah, it might be a little bit close, but we should be alright. And wait until I can sleep 10 hours again. Or maybe I only need to wait until I can sleep until it's 10 hours until hypothermia is cured. It won't take that long to let this drain. I'll just let it happen. Okay, so we have 3 tinder. Let's make one more set.
I'll die if I don't get some food soon.
10 hours. Okay, that should be good enough. So now we eat. 600. 750. Drink water. Sleep 10.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
First misery affliction. I healed my hypothermia, and we are
I need something to eat.
nice and warm in here. Good health, and no frostbite. Day 2, 68%. We went down to 4% condition. We're at 68. Now we could be at like 78 or 88 if we had not messed up. Let's try not to think about that too hard. Okay, so feels like -6. So it's going to be probably quite a bit colder outside.
Come on, little fire.
All right, so we go to the wing. We check to see if there's a lantern there. That tells us if we have a run. If there's a
Perfect.
lantern, then that means we have no hacksaw and we have to start over. Otherwise, we have a run going. Okay, we can leave when that's done. Got more fog. That's really nice. See, I just started this, so embers should work here, right? Yeah. Embers should finish that off. Oh, wait. Did I have very few torches. Okay, never mind. We need more time on here anyway. All right, let's get moving. Okay, is it even worth checking the, Just go and get one of these now. I don't know if we'll end up actually harvesting it, but... That stone, like,
Can you eat trees?
bounced off the ground, bounced off the ptarmigan, and went straight up in the air. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Came right back down. If that's legal, that's gotta be illegal. Reason I left the ptarmigan at that cave, even though we're not coming back this way, is if this is a run, we will likely, yeah, Zylek, we're doing 0 hours indoors. If this is a real run, we'll probably come back and, harvest a couple of rabbit guts to get them curing. Gotta remember these are here too. That's the birch and the guts taken care of if we get a hacksaw over this direction. And get guts from the deer too if the wolf eats all the rabbits. Okay, somebody said something about a break recently, and I think it's finally time. Just over an hour into the stream. We're almost there. I'm gonna go check the... This will tell us if we have a run. Just look to see if the lantern is there, and then I'll just pause while we take a break. Be a good resting point while we think about what to do next. So far, the rngGuard has gotten me matches at Three-Way Cave, which, I think it's either a 33% chance or a 50% chance that they spawn there. And I'm probably going straight to Bleak. So we'll see if it also gets me the bedroll, or if we get that by default. Or the one thing that rngGuard can't do. Okay, so we could determine if this is an issue a lot earlier, I think. So I'm going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to figure out how to tell what loot table we're on before we get here, because it takes too long to get here. 25% chance just have a dead run. Oh well. I'll stay on the pause screen for now. Alright, give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. No, Zylock, I think you misunderstand. I know the loot tables, which is why, well, I know this part of the loot tables, which is why I know that finding this storm lantern here means that there's no hacksaw in the entirety of Timberwolf Mountain. What I want to know is, can I find this out much, much earlier? Because I don't want to go through this whole thing, make the snow shelter, sleep, get a run over here, and then find out that we have a dead run. I think I've got an idea how to do this, though. So... Alright, let me see if I can get this on screen. Can I make this any larger for you guys? No, I'm not trying to open the insert menu. I'm trying to increase the size. There we go. Okay, so... Loot table 3. Is there any indicator that we can use? Timberwolf Mountain. So, it looks like the short answer is no. If we're on loot table 4... there's no indicator either. Loot table 2, you got the mag lens under the bed. Loot table 1, you've got the lantern in the fishing hut. So how do I tell the difference between 3 and 4? Looks like I just don't. Yes, I understand that. I understand that the lantern is in a different spot. The point is I want to know earlier. I want to know by the time I get to Mountaineer's hut if we have a run. Well, at the very least, if we find the lantern in the fishing hut, that's loot table 1, right? Lantern in the fishing hut, or we notice the mag lens under the bed. Then we know we're good. I don't think this really matters, though. And it'll give me some nice peace of mind, I guess. But it's not like if we don't see either of those, we're just going to throw away the run, if it's a good one. I guess if we don't see either, we know we have a 50-50 shot of it being a bad run. So in a situation like I was in, where it's like, okay, I lost a bunch of extra health, it's not the greatest start, maybe we do throw it away if we don't see either the mag lens under here or the lantern in the fishing hut. Alright, I think that's enough time spent on this. We'll have to play it by ear. Depends on how frustrated I get with restarting. That's not right. That should be more like it once I get my game back up. Okay. All right, thanks for your patience, everyone. Let's So oddly enough, it seems like the wind is going to be the most annoying part of restarting these. Because the wind seems to be pretty frequent. -9. Let me go see if we're... I don't see... Here we go. -15. Alright, this is probably just good enough. It's rngGuard, a subscription service. It should be, right? Now, I guess there's an argument that could be made. If we're not going to stop for sticks, then why should we stop to loot that guy? But he could have, like, matches or gloves or something on him. Something much more valuable. This is even worse than the last one. And this time I didn't stop for sticks. What's going on? Is it really that much colder? I guess there's just a little bit of wind. And we didn't spend as much time sheltered from it. I mean, that must be it. We actually had time to get clothing on and take advantage of it for like a quarter of a temp bar. Here we didn't get any benefit from clothing whatsoever.
So cold in my life.
Take sticks en route, but don't detour. Well, but you saw how close that was. Like, I think it really matters. Like, if we can make it in time, it really matters that we get like every possible advantage. We're gonna play this anyway, because we got double frostbite protection. Go up here first.
I think I can use this.
You still think the clothing RNG is what ends up mattering most? Well, I mean... if you don't get matches, you just die. So, there is that.
Never know.
Okay, so those gloves aren't guaranteed. No hacksaw today. Hey, Kirk. Well, considering that we pick up the clothing so close to spawn, the clothing doesn't really get wet.
Best be prepared for anything.
Not safe to eat. How is that there? Played like 50 misery spawns and never seen that. So bizarre. Oh, you mean like my clothing is gonna gradually get wet over time because of the snow? The thing is, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter once you're cold, right? Like, see, right now, my temperature bar is 0, so it doesn't really matter if my clothing is 0% wet or 99% wet. Okay, so if I remember, we can do slightly better on the stamina management for this climb. It matters when you try warm though. Yeah, but I'm just saying that's like only at the very start. And the clothing just isn't going to be that wet that early on. Okay, so I need to run a little bit more. Oh my goodness, we got a cooking pot. There's that random number generator really showing off. We can start making broth really early, as soon as Coastal Highway now. It's like reaching the bottom floor. You cannot go down the stairs any further. Wait, what are you referencing? Oh, the rngGuard, maybe? Wait, I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. I'm sure it'll be obvious once you say. Oh, the temperature. Yeah, I gotcha. Right, of course. Of course, of course, yeah. Like I said, it makes perfect sense once I realize what you're talking about. Wow, there's always going to be a ton of chat lag. I should be used to it by now. Wait. Were we warm just a minute ago? I could have sworn I saw, like, the up and down arrows. No, there's no way. There's no way even in wind shelter. I must have been looking at something else. I feel like I'm going crazy. I didn't even put all my clothing on. There's no way. We were, on the line. Okay. So, I've got my little shortcut up here. We'll take that to save a little bit of time. Then we gotta remember to check the hacksaw at Mountaineer so I don't have to turn around. That's gonna save even more time. Okay, too much of a shortcut. It's down here. I'm gonna pick cattails this time. Get us a little more food. Hey, Mako. You can read the description, but rngGuard is my funny way of saying that I'm doing certain things to protect myself from having to re-roll starts over and over again. So for instance, there's a pretty decent chance of finding matches either on the way or at Three-Way Cave. And so what I'm going to do is pick up the matches from the Mountaineer's hut just to have as a backup. And if I don't find matches on the way or at Three-Way Cave, once we get to Three-Way Cave, I can just use those matches as though I had found them. Right, so instead of starting over 15 times. Well, I was going to say, instead of starting over 15 times, we just have it, but really what it turns out to be is instead of starting over 100 times, now we only need to start over 10 times. Nothing in there. We're going to grab this. So we're hoping to see a lantern on the fishing hut here. In the fishing hut. Otherwise, we might have another League Table 3 game. Okay, so I've got it. If we're not sure if we're on Loot Table 3 or 4, then we take a detour to the crates just to make sure that we're not... this is a pretty big detour. But I just don't have the patience to go set up the snow shelter, sleep, do all that stuff. Yeah, just go to the wing straight here. Because it's either loot table 4 or 3. It's a 50-50 now, whether we even are allowed to play. Alright, we picked up enough. Let's just go straight there. And then straight to the goat. Unfortunately, we gotta go all the way back up there now, too. To check that other hacksaw spawn. Don't think there's anything there. There's a little tuft of grass in front, though. I'm gonna go make absolutely certain before we... Yeah, it's not there, right? We would have seen it. It'd be right there. Yeah, it's not there. Okay. So loot table 4 it is.
Too cold to think.
So the cost of this is a bit more hypothermia.
I am too tired to think straight.
No, Zylock, if you're looking at the loot tables, one of them is colored. On loot table 3, there's a regular lantern at the wing back there, and the Spelunker's lantern is at Waterfall Cave. I think we're still going to end up with significantly higher health than last time. It's not that far from here. Yep, serious. We should have a run. I'm trying to think. Yeah, at this point it's really just a blizzard at the wrong time that could potentially cripple us enough to make this not the run. Yeah, maybe the health is going to be about the same. Certainly doesn't look any better than last time. By the time we get in here, it'll be probably under 10. Yeah, Kirk, somebody did that. I think it was Perfect Trip did a outer run, but you could only sleep in the... or outer except for prepper caches. Yeah, that's how you would put it. Alright, we ended up not needing the rngGuard. So this is a 100% legit run. Ah, just at 0. That's unfortunate. Don't we have a book? Yeah.
One little fire.
Well, legit so far. We still might end up using the rngGuard when we get to Bleak Inlet for the bedroll.
I'm gonna need to eat soon. Perfect.
Cooking pot is really sweet. All right, so 5. This is 2 and is quick. Oh, we can do better than this. Oh, we found 2 nice condition wool toques. That's sweet. Okay, 10 minutes. And then we got 2 hats. So that's 3, and then I think we'll take down the little vest thing. That vest is kind of useless. Yeah, that's all my clothing. We've got... Well, we're really in pretty much exactly the same shape as last time. Actually, even worse shape, because we don't have as much food. I'm gonna eat these now on the theory that they're probably safer to eat now. Okay. Probably don't eat those other ones at all. I think my health is even lower than last time. Feels wrong somehow. What have I done? 4. What did I forget? 2 hats, a shirt, and was that thing only 1, maybe? Maybe it only gave me 1. We're actually gonna die.
I could eat anything.
I think that's 750. Good, close enough. I never got hypothermia? How did that happen? Wait, that can't be right. No, I do have hypothermia.
Where can I find something to eat?
Okay, now I want to see if I can do something here. So that's 250 plus... Yeah, that's enough. I want to see if I can immediately sleep for another 10. So that's 400... 700? Alright, just go and eat the last one of these. Got just enough food. I think because I have hypothermia, I can sleep a full 10 now. Oh no. Ah, I messed it up. Oh, why did I do that? Ah. I messed up the whole healing thing on my best run yet. Because now I don't have the food. We can probably just eat the sardines. Alright, I'm gonna eat the sardines. That'll give us enough to sleep 10 and get some more healing. Alright, we just gotta waste some time here. Oh, I have no teas either. Good thing I didn't stop for teas. I mean, we nearly died. As it is. We were at 1% condition. Started at 100, went down to 1. Crazy. That's really irritating. I don't know. I think I knew that you can't sleep to full. I just wasn't thinking about it. Might have some food in here. Nice. That's a warmth buff though, so we probably save that for when we leave. I got a book. Yeah, you can when you have food poisoning. I'm not gonna have enough calories now, am I? It's 350 from the... We can get down to about 400. We don't have to sleep the full 10 either. We could sleep like 9.
God, I'd eat anything right about now.
Oh man, imagine if I got cold by accident. Reset the hypothermia timer completely.
Gotta warm up somehow.
There's my 400 mark. Guess we can eat a portion of this and still heat it up later for a little bit of warmth. We need about 100 calories. How much lost? Oh, it didn't say. Okay, that should be enough.
I think I need to lay down.
All right, it worked out okay in the end. I had to roll the dice on
I've never
an
been so
item.
hungry in my life. Feels like night is coming.
Okay, so we gotta go check that upper area for the hacksaw. What's the best way to get over there?
Come on, little fire. I think my stomach is eating itself.
All right, so we're gonna get out of here. We need to get some torches for the road. I still don't know which way to go. Oh, I know how to go now. Yeah, we don't need to worry about actually pathing through the area, so we'll go down. That's going to be faster than pathing through either of the other areas. I mean, there's at least two ways to go, right? There's the ravine, and then there's the log bridge. Then there's also going all the way up and around behind the mountain, which we are not doing. And then there's the route that I'm going to do here. So I count 4 ways without using caves. Hey, Fernando.
I'm so hungry.
So let's see, anything else I need to check while we're up here? We'll check river coal on the way. Don't really need to grab acorns, but we do want as many teas as possible.
I need to find some place to escape this cold. This is so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
Where is the bear? Fernando is going quite well. We just recently hit the point where we're pretty confident we've got everything we need to pull the run off. Don't have a hacksaw yet, but we know where it is. We've got teas and health and frostbite protection and good clothing. What's the affliction? It's the first affliction that you get in Misery. Diminished form, it makes a bunch of stuff nasty. Less carry weight. Wolves are more persistent when they attack you. Less stamina. I think that's it. Oh, schedule, sorry. It's like day 1, day 7, and then day 15 and 35 or something. I don't know the exact days that they show up on. But we're on like night of day 2. Second night. Bear here? Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright, so that's stuff we can hit on the way back when we come down. So let's go get the stuff near the fishing huts. Maple here, that's good to know. Get to the broken body affliction on OuterMisery. Yeah, I mean, assuming that nothing horribly unlucky happens here. I'm hoping that this is the run that has the potential to get that far. A lot of the time I've spent in this has just been figuring out how to get a RNG setup that I'm happy with so we don't have to start over and over again. We can just play the game. So, assuming we've solved that problem, should be in good shape now.
Little fire.
Yeah, I've been thinking about making a video guide on how to get the achievement just for normal misery. Just for people, you know, who want to play it on kind of just for fun, just to get the achievement and not have to think too hard about exactly how to do everything that you need to do. Oh, actually, I should have just kept that lit. We're gonna use the good old improvised coal trick here. Oh wait, so we're going up and we're coming right back down. Yeah, so we want a nice, long, warm fire here. One of the few situations where we're just gonna reuse the same fire. Oh yeah, and the crazy thing is we found a cooking pot, which almost never happens by this point. Very rare. Blizzards can screw up the best strategies. Yeah, that's true, but once I've got like a little bit of stuff, right? Like once we have a little bit of a stockpile of fuel and coal and whatnot, and especially once we get the bedroll, right? Things will start to be a bit more comfortable and I should be able to survive most blizzards. So it is true, however, that we're pretty vulnerable to an incorrectly timed blizzard right now. Sorry, what about food? This is misery. We don't need to eat food in misery. The whole point is to be miserable. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Okay, 3 hours should be enough. Now, the whole point of not eating is that I'm not burning calories. Can't spend calories if I don't have them. There's some Video game logic for you.
Damn it. I'm so hungry.
Ooh, coal. Now that I will take. First piece of coal of the game. If the river wants to cough up a few more pieces, I would not be opposed. And just take a peek over this ridge, because sometimes coal spawns right here. I don't see any.
I never thought I'd be dying from starvation.
Should really learn what else spawns up here. Looks like we got some mushroom stumps here that I should be getting every time I come up here. Just those few short hours spent playing Lethal and I already practically ignore Rose Hips and Rishu. Alright, we're getting to the time of day that is best spent sleeping. So let's ignore all of these acorns and come back for them some other time. I mean, I guess I'll grab a couple if they're right along my path here. But I'm not going to grab every single one. Maybe enough for a couple coffees. And no more. Really? Let's not drink it. We don't have that many teas yet. No hacksaw here. Okay, so that's it. The hacksaw is at the summit. And boy, do I wish I hadn't needed to take this major excursion in order to find that out.
Did I say I hate being cold? Because I really do.
Grab those when we come down. For right now, let's clean out. Didn't I say there were some more teas over here that I didn't fully harvest? Oh, this whole place is completely unharvested because I didn't go this way. Yeah, so we can loot this whole thing out. Yet another maple down here.
If I don't warm up soon.
No hacksaw. Nah, we won't bother. Too much trouble. Oh. So much for going back to the fishing hut.
Come on, little Violet.
You guys were supposed to remind me. Well, we didn't leave anything there, right? Just, like 3 hours of fuel. It's break time? Thank you. Yeah, it really is break time, isn't it? I think I'll take the break after I'm done with the fire management. Not so much because I'm putting it off, although that is a factor. But because I don't want to forget all the stuff that we need to be doing. It's actually impossible to warm up. Okay, 10. Should give me 12. Alright, perfect. Why isn't it working? Should be getting +2 for every torch I pulled. I give up. We'll just drink a little bit of tea when we leave. I've got enough of it. Let's pull the rest of these off of here. Wow, so many trash torches. Okay, that's ready, that's ready, that's ready. We're now officially starting to lose temperature. Taking every single one of these because I need this time for all these to burn out anyway. Looks like not all of them are going to burn out. They gotta be so close. 3%. Oh wow, we got enough. Alright, and we'll drink most of the... We'll just drink a whole rosehip tea. Alright. Break time. Light Astro on fire and she will be warm for hours. Set Astro on fire. She'll be warm the rest of her life. Nice, Kirk. Alright, see you guys in 5 minutes. All right. So we were just leaving our fire here. Yeah, got a nice warm tea. Now I don't have a hammer yet, right? So we could check, could check down here for a hammer spawn. I think there might have been a couple teas up there that I didn't grab, but...
I'm getting tired.
Looks like no hammer today.
I'll die if I don't get some food soon.
Astrid, so melodramatic. Now, unfortunately, this means we're gonna have to do a whole post-summit circuit of this area. Because we gotta get the wing container, we gotta get this container, we gotta get the containers up near Deer Clearing. Once we actually have a hacksaw.
Stomach feels like an empty pit.
Hoping for a high condition hacksaw. I feel like the Timberwolf Mountain one always spawns at 100%. I think. Yeah, I was just thinking, are there any containers that I could afford not to open?
The cold is making my head feel thick.
I mean, probably, but I always forget exactly which one is which. And most of them are pretty useful, especially in Outer. Oops. Did not mean to get
Boy,
cold here.
I'm so cold.
Let's get in.
Warming up a bit.
Okay, feels like 3. Definitely need a fire tonight. Actually, now that I think about it, how are we doing on water? Guess we got enough.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
Good thing we got 17 cattail heads. Astra's gonna sit here and be exasperated under her breath for a while.
Come on, little fire.
Okay, I spoke too soon.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Ugh, we're gonna burn through so much fuel here. That's okay though. That fog? No, it's a blizzard. Naturally.
All I can think about is food.
Well, we can actually get a couple more hours of sleep. In fact, we want to get a couple more hours of sleep, so this is not the worst time for this. Too bad we're not getting any burn bonus in this. Kind of irritating, actually. Yeah, Roach, did you read the rules for the rngGuard? We actually haven't needed it so far. I got the matches from the Mountaineer's hut, but I left them behind here because we got our own matches in Three-Way Cave. So there's one minor problem, which is that we are nearly completely out of fuel. I have one coal. Who knows how long this blizzard's gonna last, so I'm just gonna have to put all of our clothes on and sleep in here. Okay, the clothing I care about the least is in the outer slots where applicable. -6. Alright, let's go for one more hour. Hopefully this, okay. Past time? At 3. We sleep yet? No. Ugh, seriously?
My fingers feel numb.
We're gonna have more than enough matches in a little bit. Alright, let's do this then.
I need something to eat.
Man. Like I squeezed every little bit of time out of this that I can.
One little fire. Come on, little fire.
not what I wanted to do. Okay. Thank goodness. Because we were about to run out of options here.
It's dusk, so I can't be far behind.
Okay, 8-6. That's ready. That's fine. Pick that up. Let's get this repaired. Yeah, whatever. We'll just figure this out next time, I guess. Okay, so that rosehip tea should be warm for quite a while, at least. Fernando, we just happened to find gloves and a hat at the plane crash. Got lucky. Oh no, what happened? Messed that up somehow. Disaster. We gotta go all the way back here.
Get weak.
Okay, so we go up here. Get on top of... Or no, this is it, right? What did I do wrong? We start from right here. We run onto this wall. Make sure we maintain height here. What the heck? There's always something, right? Gain height there, so that's our maximum starting level. Yeah, we seem to be a little bit higher now. I'm not sure what I did wrong last time. Okay. Hey Jugo, thanks. Yeah, I like the I like the stream title. Yeah, the condition lost before the snow shelter is almost kind of planned because you know you're gonna get hypothermia. So you're gonna be able to get 2 back-to-back 10-hour sleeps for the healing. Which is like, I don't know, 60% of your health back. I mean, this run may still be over though. I mean, look at this nonsense. Like, it went from a hours-long blizzard to just letting me out long enough to turn into this. Whatever this nonsense is. Sometimes the weather just says, nope, you can't play. I was gonna go over there and get some sticks, but I'm remembering that we're actually really on a schedule here because no coffee, because the hacksaw isn't until the summit. So we actually just kind of have to go straight there. I can't afford to spend a bunch of time walking around picking up sticks down here. I'll just have to get all of our sticks at the summit.
Starting to feel numb.
We likely can't even afford a fire before we summit. I think we'll just eat a bunch of damage.
It's a goddamn freezing.
Maybe one fire on like the final summit ledge or something. Alright, well, this has been a pretty long stream. As much as I hate to do it, we're gonna grab a save up here at the only place there really is available to save. There's no place to save on the summit at all. So we're unfortunately gonna have to save on the way to the summit and just have a bit of a cliffhanger here. But I got more than half my energy. That should be more than enough to get up to the summit. Let's grab a few sticks before we go in. Alright. So this will be our save point. Obviously we can't go through here, but just as a save. Next time we come back, we'll just turn around and go out. Alright, well thanks everyone for keeping me company during this long experimental process. I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but even if a blizzard just starts now, we should be able to get to the plane crash, and then you can get a lot of fuel there. Obviously tea, coffee, lots of supplies, food, so we should be getting reasonably stocked up by that point. I don't want to speak too soon, but I think we've got it. I think at long last, we've got the run. Alright, thanks everyone. Kirk, Sirius, Fernando, Jugo, Roach, DC, and Dallin. I'm sure there were more people from before. Sirius, I don't know if I said. Yeah. Alright, have a good evening. Oh, I was gonna say, it is about 8:30. I think Turkey streams tonight. Turkey Steam. I'll hang on one second. I'm gonna put this in chat for you guys. At Turkey Steam. I'm probably gonna go watch him if he's on. He might not be on quite yet. Wait, why isn't it coming up? It should be spelled like that, right? I don't know. Hopefully you guys can find him. It didn't come up when I typed it in for some reason, but I think he's going to be playing a couple hours tonight. He said he's going to be... This is the first time he's back from his vacation. Alright, have a good evening, everyone.